Hey, I just watched Pinocchio. It's a live action adaptation from the animated 1940 classic of the same name. It was directed by the beloved director Robert Zemeckis, and it stars Tom Hanks, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth. So, we all know the story of Pinocchio. It's about a wooden puppet who comes to life, and he dreams of becoming a real boy. This movie is most certainly going to have its detractors. This is no different than the string of other movies that Disney has adapted into live action form. Most of the scenes in the movie are shot for shot. There were some minor differences, a couple new added characters, including one that I felt like added a little bit of better storytelling when certain things play out towards the end of the movie. When they're going, particularly, I'll just talk about it. It doesn't matter. When they're going to see Monstro and find Geppetto, Pinocchio, and Jiminy Cricket, they have a seagull who's been a part of the movie a few times from the beginning, and it can speak and it tells them how to find Geppetto. And I just watched the 1940 version as well, and there is a difference there where they do find a seagull, but it's like the blue fairy is really helping them, and I like that they changed that. It just felt a little better to the story. But in general, most of this movie is shot for shot. There is one other added character that stood out. I don't know if the character was necessary. It doesn't necessarily hurt the film either. It's just okay. If you have a child and they've never seen Pinocchio, if you show them this, they're going to like it because it's still the Pinocchio story at heart. If you are an adult and you've seen the original Pinocchio animated film, you're probably going to hate this. I don't know how to say it any other way. It's frustrating that Disney's doing this stuff, only because I wish they would just try to refreshen things instead of just repeating the same stuff. It's not about the property itself. I have no issue with them keeping that stuff alive. I have no issue with them trying to keep the Pinocchio story alive, but they didn't change anything. There wasn't enough change. The only change that happens in this movie is right at the very end, and it literally feels like, holy we need to do something different. We didn't do anything different. Let's just completely just change the end of the story, which honestly just feels more like it wasn't about the journey. It was about the friends we made along the way. That was literally what it felt like. So I would say I don't have a lot of good feelings towards the movie. It's got a couple good things that I think make better made decisions compared to the original film. But in general, this movie feels heartless, very corporatized. I've also noticed with every one of these Disney live action adaptations that everything looks like it's in a warehouse. It all looks like it's on a soundstage. Every little bit of it. It stands out like you can't avoid it. So, obviously, I don't really like this movie. It's okay. I wouldn't watch it again. I don't have a major desire to ever see it again. However, the original film still holds up really well, and I will continue to sing its praises. If your child has never seen Pinocchio, please probably show them the original film if you can. I will say, though, I still think that, Disney wants to keep their brand alive when it comes to what, their version of Pinocchio. And I respect that. And this is a way to do it because there are probably a lot of kids that don't want to watch an old animated movie. I get it. I understand that stuff has to happen. I just wish that they would try to maybe reimagine the property a little bit. Universal's trying to do that with their monster movie, the Universal Monsters. Hasn't necessarily worked out all that great so far, but they did finally hit some success with their Invisible Man movie. I hope that going forward, Disney could do the same, because I don't think that critically people have been receiving these live action adaptations from them all that well. It's lukewarm. They were okay at first. I know people kind of liked Cinderella, and even I liked Cinderella. I thought it was fine. It was not a bad movie, but going forward, it kind of has fallen off. This has turned into a rant But this movie sucks. It's not a good Robert Zemeckis film, which Zemeckis has made really great films, and he's made pretty bad to just mediocre films too. I think this kind of falls in the line of, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it definitely feels unnecessary, and I'm not necessarily going to put that all on Zemeckis. I feel like a lot of this comes from Disney telling these creators what the movies have to be, and they have to stick to the formula that they've designed. It almost reminds me of how things are going on the Marvel side. So, having said that, who's this movie for? If you have small children and they've never seen Pinocchio, maybe this will work for you. If it keeps the idea and the story of Pinocchio alive, I think I'm okay with that. At the core of the film, it's all still there. But I would highly recommend, if you can, show them the original animated film. And then if they hate it, maybe let them watch the Zemeckis movie. Maybe they'll like it more. And if they do, well, that's fine. That's their opinion. But I gotta say, I just kind of get tired of these live action adaptations. One just minor praise. I honestly thought the CGI, when I looked at trailers, didn't look that great. And it can be hit or miss sometimes in the movie. Pinocchio can be really off looking sometimes. But all in all, I think it worked pretty good. I didn't hate the CGI. It wasn't distracting to me, which I thought it was going to be. So the only other thing that I guess I would kind of sort of praise is they changed the design of Monstro a little bit. They had like some tentacles to him. That looked cool. Outside of that, I don't know. I mean, the ending changed. They literally changed the ending of the movie to something completely different. Well, not even completely different. They just basically said, no, we're not going to do what the story's always been. But it's not like super special. It's just, no, we're not going to do it. This is what you get now. So, I don't know. Only other thing, too, is that when they go to Pleasure Island, they reference the liquid that they're drinking multiple times and make it very clear that it's root beer. In fact, it gets brought up one other time when Pinocchio is running into Geppetto, before they get swallowed up by Monstro together. He says that he doesn't even remember what it's called, but it was definitely not beer or something like that. I don't know. That was just funny to me. They had to make it very clear they were not drinking alcohol. It was root beer. They said it like 5 times. So anyway, this was a bit of a rant video. I really didn't intend to do this. I don't overly want to discuss movies that go straight to streaming on here, though there will be some. It doesn't mean that all bad movies are all going to streaming, right? So, not the new Knives Out sequel will be here in December, and that's on Netflix, and I'm certainly going to talk about that when that comes. So, anyway, if you like this little rant, and you want to see more videos like this, I do reviews every week now. I'm trying to do 2 a week. So if you like this kind of content, feel free to click the like button and subscribe. And there's a little notification bell icon if you want to get notified when I put out new videos. And I'll also have a full cast listing down below in the description. So anyway, thanks for watching.